All right, you clicked on Try Harder Podcast episode 4. I'm Big A. Big D Energy, co-host DeathMeter, on break from finishing
Genocide.
the fight. No, you're finishing the fight.
No, I'm finishing genocide.
Space genocide?
Yeah, I'm finishing the act of space genocide.
How edgy.
Very.
Okay, so starting off the show, not many topics, usually 3. That's what it's called, Try Harder. But you know what? We just don't care about that much shit out there. My bad. Did I say shit? I meant stuff. We just don't really care that much about it.
But
No hate watching here. No hate watching, hate playing, hate reviewing. That's just lame. I have better things to do.
But recently we had a pretty sad development.
Yes, the passing of KevinConroy. I
Well,
think it happened Friday morning.
yeah, Friday morning. He died at 66 from cancer.
Moment of silence.
May he rest in peace.
Rest in power, Batman.
He's definitely the most iconic version of him.
No doubt, definitely the most iconic. Has done the most.
Roles, I think.
Yeah, I saw a thread on Twitter. He's voiced games going back to the PS2 era.
I think even less. And let's see, he's been
Not less, more. Going back to the PS2
no,
era.
like less generations wise.
What?
Like I think he did more besides the PS2.
That's what I said. Going back as
No,
far
no, no,
back
wait,
as
wait.
the PS2,
I
from
thought-
the PS2 to now.
What I meant, I thought he was like going more like before the PS2. I was talking about that.
You've gone crazy in your grief. Don't know what you're talking about. Crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he is a definitive Batman for a lot of people. But the cool thing is that he will live on forever in his work.
yeah, 33 years of it.
And you can play video games. You can watch the animated series, the movies. We actually watched
Mask of
the
the
Phantasm over the weekend. Yeah,
to honor his memory.
yeah. Sucks.
God of War's release and our impressions of it.
Oh yeah, God of War came out. It's crazy. I went to Best Buy and Target. PS5 version was sold out. Got the PS4 version for the PS4 Pro.
You're such a pro gamer.
And so far, it's highly enjoyable. I feel that it is worth price of admission.
Well-
$60 well spent.
$70 is a bit of a steal, but yeah. Not steal, more a bit of a scam, but yeah.
Well, yeah, they're stealing the money from you. That's a total scam. That's a total pricing scam.
Imagine buying an entire PS5 just to play the game that is very similar to the 2018 one. Not to throw shade, it's a pretty good game for what I played. Not to throw shade, but it's still I still consider it to be a huge scam.
It's an amazing game, but you suck at it. So your take doesn't matter because you
Hey?
suck.
I'm good at it. I already beat the boss, by the way.
You suck tiger testicles at it.
Unlike
bro.
you, I beat Thor first try.
Yeah, on Tell Me a Story mode.
I didn't
Like
give.
a total noob.
I said I put on the balance. I put it on normal.
Your opinion is worthless
I
here.
put it on normal. I put it on balance. The hell do you mean?
Tell me a story. Keep it real. Keep it real with the
I
audience.
am giving it real. You're lying. You're lying like a thief you are.
At the moment, I've made it to the point where you're at the mines looking for tier. Right as you're entering the mines, you do the whole moving of the equipment and you get to the mine entrance. That's where I'm at so far. That's where I left off.
Where I'm at, I'm just fighting off the boss in the last final mission during the tier thing.
No, you're past the elf village looking at going for the smokestacks.
Yeah, I'm on the final one.
But you really suck.
Hey, unlike you, I beat Thor first try.
On Tell Me a Story.
No, it was on balance. It was on normal. Don't you dare lie.
I don't understand why you're ashamed. I mean, you played it that way. Why are you ashamed of it now?
I'm not.
Say it with your chest.
You are a liar.
Say it with your chest.
Okay, you are a liar. You're a big phony. You play the game on Give Me a Story. I played it on dang balance, you liar.
Anyway,
No, we're not skipping that. You are a liar and a fraud.
if it was opposite day, sure.
But the combat is, dare I say, pretty good.
It is good. The way I would describe the combat,
Like with the Blades of Chaos, how you can air juggle enemies super quickly.
describe the combat in 3 words: violence, speed, momentum.
I thought you were gonna say orgasmic, but okay.
Violence, speed, momentum. That is what is required. I'm using the stun shield where you block at the last moment and it's high risk, high reward.
I'm using
So
the
it makes the playstyle way more aggressive. So I'm
using the one
having fun.
where like after you get like a bunch of hits, you can use this shield, like all the hits you took from it to give it back to the enemies.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's because you're a noob. You play out and give me a story.
So yeah, so far it's really cool. I mean, I have a 1080p TV, so it always looks the same to me. Graphic wise, performance wise, it's great.
Well, that's because we
Smooth.
put it on performance mode. And the PS4 Pro is dying anytime we play it.
Performance is smooth.
Let's see. The voice acting and so far the story is pretty good, though we can't really say on it since, you know, we haven't beat the game yet. From what I heard, it's like 66 hours long from like to complete the whole thing.
Yeah, as far as voice acting and all that stuff, I would say it's
Well, you got the return of the great version of Kratos.
a continuation of the 2018 one.
So, same quality?
Same quality. It isn't better. It isn't worse. It's right. It's exactly the same, which is not a bad thing.
What do you think of...
Because I don't know how you would improve on it. It's very hard to improve on something that's that good to begin with.
What do you think of them using similar combat and making the game...
Well, it is not similar. There's some changes to it that makes me want to play the 2018 one.
It's similar. It has the same basis, but extra stuff, so it's similar.
Yeah, but they modified it a bit. I think this one is more free form for the combos. That's why I have to go back and try the...
Yeah, it felt
play
kind
the original one, see if it's different
It
or not.
actually felt pretty smooth.
It is very smooth. That's what I mean.
Like the buttons, like the control...
Violence, speed, momentum.
Like, do you remember the original one being a little bit janky? It's like a little bit, but it was still kind of smooth.
Yeah, that's the parts that I mean. Like, you couldn't chain combos as quickly or as smoothly. That's what I mean. I want to play the other one. The only difference is the camera does get in the way a bit sometimes, but that's part of the difficulty level. In the 2018 one, I believe he tapped down on the D-pad. He does a quick 180.
Or, you know, you can look at the arrows and do a barrel roll.
Yeah, but they had put that one in there. I think they removed it for this one. I'm not sure. Like I said, I have to go back and play it. But I'm very satisfied. $60 well spent so far.
Oh yeah, Thor, he's kind of chunky.
Yeah, that sit down with Thor and Odin, that was a pretty cool moment. The Odin, the actor, I'm not sure how he looked.
I don't like his voice. It seems too weakish.
It was very modern, but I like the voice.
What do you think of them using very modern terminology?
That's fine. Well, I don't think it's modern terminology. It was just...
They speak more modern. And how Kratos usually speaks less modern.
You want them to speak like Thor comic book?
No, I want them to speak, you know, like they're gods in that time era. This feels a little bit weird seeing so much modern terminology used in the game. But that's just a me thing.
You want them to say, Dasad, Dasad, I call to thee.
No, I want them to sound like actual gods at that time period.
Well, it's mythology. Well, anyway.
Well, if Kratos sounds like that, Kratos sounds like how he's supposed to sound. Yeah, it's a very limited vocabulary.
Yeah, but that's more Kratos the character, and that's not so much the era. That's just...
It took like the first couple God of Wars took place in ancient Greece, right?
More or less, yeah.
Exactly. So it's more or less the era, not just Kratos as a character.
No, because he doesn't change throughout the eras. He's still the same Kratos. Kratos,
the new God of War.
He's still the same, yeah.
What do you think of that scene when Thor was like basically talking mad crap about him? and calling him a weak, pathetic fool.
It's great. He's just antagonizing him because Thor wants to fight
the real God of War.
Yeah, so Thor wants a conflict.
So basically, Thor is being an asshole.
He's picking at him for a reason.
I mean, he killed Boltor.
Boulder.
I don't care what his name. He killed him.
I can't wait till he pops up in the game again. But yeah, I'm really interested in the Thor dynamics.
The boss fight was very good for a second boss fight.
That first bear boss fight was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's a bloody bear.
That was cool. Then you fight the hunter, little mini bosses.
We don't speak the rip off of Scorpion's name. But Thor, from what we played, was like a big standout. Like, it's so cinematic.
Yeah, it was definitely very cinematic.
For a second boss fight, that was fun as hell. It
was a cool introduction, and then like the cutscenes were amazing.
Yeah, I like in one of the cutscenes, he just like throws like Thor down, like beats him up, like, and the way he's introduced when like the lightning destroys parts of the cabin house thing.
Yeah,
like that's a cool introduction. Also, it was also pretty cool that they actually killed Kratos and Thor revived him. See, basically like a little Metal Gear moment.
Yeah, very slick presentation. That's what I think they upped. I think the presentation is slowly getting better and better as the game is going through compared to the narrative of the 2018.
And the action like starts right from like the first 10 minutes. Like it starts very quickly.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but
Freya. There's a time skip, but it starts.
Isn't it like the time skip like 3 years?
Something like that.
Because Atreus is like 13 or 14, right?
Yeah, he's a bit older.
And less annoying, and he doesn't say father as much.
I haven't noticed that part yet.
But boy, I wish it was used more in the game.
Oh, he's less of a boy. Yeah, but so far, it's a great experience. Enjoying.
Yeah, would recommend it for $60. Like buy the PS4 version, then get the free upgrade on the PS5.
Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, it's one way.
Or you could just not buy a PS5 because you don't really need it.
I mean, eventually you will have to buy one.
Keep $500 in your pocket.
Eventually, going to have to buy one or an Xbox because this is outdated gen. Where the PS5 and Xbox are current gen. This is outdated. This is last gen. Noob.
So what? I heard a rumor on Twitter that they were gonna start to come out with the refreshed halfway through the console life versions already, which is insane to me.
A refresh?
Yeah.
You mean like a new version of the console?
Yeah, like the PS4 Pro.
And
they're gonna come out with the PS5 Pro or whatever.
We're only 3 years into the generation.
That's why I said it was a rumor. That's what I heard. I think I saw it on Twitter. It was like a post, but I didn't really read into it because I'm not gonna buy one anyway.
Like how many years?
Well, if they start now, maybe in 2 years. Typically halfway through the console life.
But
which is ridiculous when you think about it, because there is no games. There's only one game.
God of War and Halo.
Barely God of War, because you can play it on the PS4 Pro and on the PS4.
And you can play Halo Infinite on an Xbox and a PC.
Yeah, so barely. Just barely. Only 4K, but they don't really do 4K either. They don't they don't do true native 4K.
You're forgetting, I think it was Ratchet and Clank and
Nobody cares.
And what?
Nobody cares.
And Spider-Man with the
Nobody
swagger.
cares.
And Spider-Man with the swagger.
Also, you can play it on the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, but it's better on the PS5 because you get more swagger.
Yeah, nobody cares. Just the loser fanboys.
Loser's a harsh word.
Loser. Oh yeah, Wakanda Forever came out. We're gonna finish it up with this. All right, so far grosses domestic 180 million. International 150 million, worldwide 330 million.
That's not that much compared to the original.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see it till it hits Disney Plus.
It's either bad or less hype for Phase 4.
I've seen a small vocal minority making recast T'Challa trend.
I mean, If they
Hold on, before you say your piece.
This isn't a wedding.
What do you think about family members from Chadwick Boseman's family coming out and saying recast T'Challa is what Chadwick would have wanted?
Follow on his family's wishes.
Well, Disney said, nah, we're going full girl power.
I mean, you literally disrespect the family member of someone you lost.
I don't know how to feel about that, but like I said, I'm gonna check it out when it hits Disney Plus. Not in the theaters.
No.
Anything? Oh, I've seen lots of people. Well, I've seen all the shills say that it's amazing and everything, and like I said, like a very vocal section of the fandom saying that it's not good.
I mean, like they should have recasted him. I mean, he already built up his character, so why not continue it just without the actor?
Yeah, and then they have the Riri Williams with whatever her version of the Mark whatever suit looks horrible. Looks like
Fake.
Not fake.
You know what I wish I should have done?
Looks like a Power Ranger villain. There's like a genre in Japanese TV where it's like live action superhero shows like the Power Rangers, Ultraman,
Go Power Rangers,
Ultraman, Kamen Rider. That's a whole thing in Japan, and it looks like a villain off one of these TV shows, but with really bad CGI.
Wanna know what they should have done? You know Killmonger, right? That
He comes out in the movie.
he died in Black Panther, doesn't he?
Well, because he was the king. When Shiri becomes the Black Panther and she takes the herb and they go to the astral plane, instead of seeing Chadwick Boseman, which would make sense, she sees Killmonger and he's the one. He relays a message to her. I don't know what it is. That's all I heard.
That is stupid on so many levels.
That's what I heard.
You know what they should have done? They should not have killed Killmonger in the 2018 movie. Then have him like reform, become good, and become the new Black Panther, like an evolution. They could have had him become the new Black Panther. He even has his own suit for merchandise.
That would be sick.
Like, let's say
Anthony B. Jordan that would be insane. You know what? That would be pretty cool. I would like that.
Like, let's say he recovers from his wounds from some random magical bullshit involving their technology. Then eventually he respects T'Challa. We see little Tina T'Challa dying in a cool battle.
He takes the herb again. He meets him in the astral plane again, and they have like this long drawn out conversation. But it's only like 50 seconds in real time. But in the dream world, it's like hours.
Yeah, but how would you do that with T'Challa? Would he just use like some random voice actor to dub him in without any actual footage?
The way that I would do it is I would have it shot. I would have the camera spinning, but you would only show Anthony B. Jordan's face. You would show the T'Challa character, you show the back of his head, but you would never show his face, only the back of his head, and you would only show Anthony B. Jordan's face. But
or
the camera, like in Justice League where this camera's rotating, kind of like that, but more of a dream, like more dream sequence. That's how I would do it.
Or you can do what Lion King did over 40 years ago and have T'Challa like silhouette, like figure, like his face wise, like coming as a cloud, and then you can have someone else dub him in.
I think mine is better because the astral plane thing is part of the lore already in the movie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where they take the herb and they get to commune with past kings, past Black Panthers.
Yeah, you can do that. Then eventually, since no one else is suitable, he becomes the new king of Wakanda and the new Black Panther.
That would be crazy. Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Last words are, anime is killing it right now.
Of course it is.
My Hero Academia was
anime.
My Hero Academia was really good this week. Bleach was really good this week, and Chainsaw Man was really, really good this week.
Rest in peace, KevinConroy.